Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As we all know, my kid is napping, so I will start off with a very low voice, but as soon as she wakes up, you'll be able to hear me at a very normal volume. So you know the drill. I usually film during nap times. Yes, by the way, if you guys were watching my shorts this week, you guys know I got a new humidifier. She's sick again. She has the worst congestion, the worst. She's usually never had that like thick impacted mucus kind of cold before. She's had a lot of congestion before, but her congestion as far as mucus is concerned has been a lot of like thin, liquidy, constant dripping, which, you know, then causes like the post-nasal drip cough. So that's kind of like what we're used to. This is kind of new for us. So I'm so glad I had bought that humidifier for her birthday in December, because the one that we had was absolutely terrible. I needed something that was mold resistant and super easy to clean. And the one that I got was the one from Canopy. It's like their bigger one. They have like several sizes, but it's kind of like the one that's for, you know, a larger, like a bedroom. It's not the largest one. They have another one that's for like a living room, large space. We have the one right in the middle. And that so far has been working great. But we've been using this Little Remedies saline spray. Guys, game changer for all of you who have toddlers. It's awesome. It's I mean, whoever invented that, I mean, a billionaire. Anyways, the intro nobody asked for. Grab a coffee, let's go ahead and get started. I want to do a quick little makeup look, because I actually bought this Jane Iredale eyeshadow trio. I got this one from Amazon. It is called Sundown. I'll leave my Amazon affiliate link down below if you guys want to use my link to purchase it. So it's kind of like this cool toned lilac, smoky lilac situation. I'm very excited to try it. This is a clean beauty brand for those of you who don't know. Lisa J loves this brand, and so I decided to give them a try. They're also sold at Ulta, but this particular trio is only available, like this color story is only available on their website or through Amazon. So I decided to pick mine up through Amazon, and the packaging on this is really luxurious. I mean, it's weighty, it's magnetic. I don't know, I wasn't expecting that, is what I'm trying to say. So you have a nice sized mirror on the inside, and then and you guys know I bought the lip brush recently from them. So far so good. Also very beautiful, very luxurious. But you know, I like to use my brushes extensively, wash them, and then report back to you before I recommend something that's pricey. So here we are. Brushes we're going to be using today are going to be the BK Beauty Core Extension eye brushes. I hauled these about a month ago, and I've been saving them to do like a video such as this. And I'm finally gonna be able to try out my It Cosmetics and Wicked collab brushes. By the way, these are still available at Ulta, and they are on sale. So if you were interested in purchasing these brushes, you can actually get a deal on them right now. But I mean, come on guys, the packaging on this is just stunning. Now, It brushes are not new to me. I have been using their brushes for years and years. And this is also not the first kind of snow globe brush I have from them. I actually have one that's like in the shape of a star. And I think that's the first snow globey like brush that they came out with, and I've had that one for years. It's currently in my brush rotation. I use that particular brush's considered a foundation brush, but I use it for blush and all other stuff. But look at these ferrules. Somebody was asking me if they are extremely heavy. They are not actually heavy, and the water, and I don't know how they do this, but the water in this doesn't make it uneven in the hand, if you know what I'm trying to say. Very, you know, easy to use, and it's just so cool. I mean, I can play with this all day. So the pink brush is a soft focus blush brush. It's angled with pink bristles, and then the green one is the blurring foundation brush. It's their 101 brush, and it has black bristles. I don't think I told you, the pink one is the 113, in case you guys were wondering. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna start off with the Glossier Stretch Foundation. If you guys use me for color reference, I am the color Light 2. And let's go ahead and try out this IT Cosmetics brush. Very, very excited. By the way, the detail on this is amazing. Like, even on this metal piece, it has that ombre finish from light green to dark green. Same with the pink. It actually goes from like gold to pink. It's actually beautiful. I think this is such a good job. Anyways, I'm gonna put this directly onto the brush. I use an entire pump for my face, and I find that to be more than enough. I have heard great things about the Jane Iredale. I don't know why I put the N in there. The Jane Iredale foundation, the powder one, is the one that Lisa J loves, and I'm excited to try it. I think what I'm gonna do is I have a fairly large amount of points through my Ulta account, so I think I'm going to use some of my points and pick up their foundation. And I think I'm gonna pick up the new Fenty Beauty Shimmer Gloss Sticks. Have you guys seen those? I'm really excited for that to come. I think it drops February the 20th, but I don't know if Ulta's gonna be getting it early. I don't know, but I'm very excited. They have a color called Icy Amethyst. Have you guys seen it? It's everybody's lilac dreams. I have the Fenty Gloss Bomb Sticks, and I just want you to know that they are part of my top 3 lipsticks. So that's how much I love them. I have them in about 6 colors, and they are so creamy, so pigmented, so hydrating. They don't run. They look absolutely beautiful. So if you haven't tried the Rihanna, you know, Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb Sticks, I highly recommend. Now that we've blended all of that out, I'm gonna go in with my Merit bronzer, and this is in the color Clay. And we're just gonna warm up the face a little bit. Anybody else love the month of Valentine's because local chocolate artisans get really creative with like chocolate truffles, bonbons, the whole thing? I do. I anxiously wait for this season, and it seems like this year they're doing lots of cherry flavored desserts, you know, chocolate truffles and stuff like that. So I've been really excited to try them. And I find if you guys don't have this particular chocolate store near where you live, I'm sorry. But if you do, I highly recommend you try them. Lauteroc makes some amazing bonbons. My favorite chocolate truffle that they currently have is the champagne one. That's my favorite one. That's part of their permanent core line. But right now they have cherry filled bonbons. They have these large mousse like bonbons. They're giant, but my favorite one right now is citrus, and those are limited edition. They're just seasonal, but their cherry filled one was magnificent, and that citrus one was really good too. They have amazing pralines. If you like pralines, I think if you haven't tried them, they're really awesome. Next up, to keep in theme with this particular palette, which is kind of like a cool toned light lilac, smoky lilac vibe, I decided I was gonna pull out my Nude Sticks matte blush. This is like a little travel version that came in a set I bought. This color is Moody Blue. Let me swatch this on the back of my hand so you guys can see. So this color is stunning. One thing I love about their travel size, because these last forever, is it's twists up and down. I have to say, I have been using, if you guys watched my previous video where I used the Nude Sticks blush and bronzer and highlight, I'm very impressed with Nude Sticks. Honestly, their products are solid. They are actually coming out with a light version of this, like a lilac-y kind of version, so I'm really excited to try that. Okay, I'm going to use this 113 brush here to blend this out. Their products they work very well with other brands. Like, you don't have to exclusively use their products, which I find is something that I always add into the equation when I'm reviewing a product. If a particular product doesn't play well with anything outside of their particular brand, then I dock points for that, because if realistically speaking, I don't think any of us use only one brand of products, because we all have different skin types and undertones and preferences. So I find that a product has to also work well with other makeup brands. But look how pretty that blended out, and you can build it up. This is a nude, this is the matte version of their blushes, but what I like about Nude Sticks is they have something for everybody. So if you want a dewy blush, they have their own dewy blush line. If you want a very middle of the road and natural finish products, they also have that. It's kind of, you know, hard to mess up with Nude Sticks is what I find, and I love that you have so many options. So I can build it up if I want to, but I think that's more than enough for what I'm going for, and I'm just gonna tap a little bit on my nose. Next up, I want to use the OG highlighter in Moonstone. I also hauled this from Amazon, and I'll leave my link in the description box below. This packaging is very similar, if not almost identical, to the Westman Atelier packaging. This is a very light lilac-y highlight, and we're going to use this on the cheekbones here. This is not as emollient as the Westman lipsticks. It's still glowy, it just has a more natural, you know, finish, not matte at all, but it again also plays well with others. And I'm sorry, I don't know why my camera is having such a hard time focusing today. Look how stunning that looks. It's beautiful. Again, another product that works well with others, but you guys, this packaging is the same as Westman. It's weighty, it's like, it's also metal, it's magnetic, it twists up you know, on the same, even the same area that Westman does. So I've seen this brand a lot around social media. I've just never taken, you know, the plunge because the price point, I think it's kind of very close to the Westman Atelier line. And so I already have so many Westman products that I'm just like, I'm not gonna also invest on a full line of these products, as it is a clean beauty brand as well, and I don't think I would be able to use it all before it expires. Now let's get into the eyeshadow. So I want to start off with 212. And this is the larger of the blender brushes in this line, in this particular little set, because the 211, as you can see, is smaller in size. So I'm just going to use the larger one to apply the lightest shade in this little trio all over the eye. I think that everybody is kind of doing the whole minimalist makeup, not a lot of eyeshadow, and I think a trio, if you want an eyeshadow palette and you don't quite want to just do the one and done single shade every time, you want to have some options, I think a trio is like the perfect amount, you know, or even a quad, but I think a trio is nice. So I'm just applying that the lightest shade all over the lid with this brush. I also like that, maybe not this particular trio, but I can appreciate a trio that has 3 colors that can also be used as one and done colors, you know? Okay, so that's what that first color looks like all over the lid. I have a microfiber towel here where I just lightly wipe my brushes. Next, I want to go in with the 211 brush in this particular set because I want to go into the this deeper purple shade, and I want to do a little bit of detail work in the crease, not too much, you know, because I have a feeling that this is going to be a either topper shade or a crease shade. I'm not sure yet. We're about to find out. I'm not particularly sure if this middle shade is going to be a topper shade or a crease shade because it has a shift to it. And I'm almost wondering that I have a feeling it's not a crease shade. I think this is gonna be a topper shade. I don't know. I've never used these eyeshadows, so this is a first for me. Okay, no, looks like it can be used as a crease shade. It does have that beautiful shift. And of course, I'm gonna stand directly in front of a window. These are lightly pigmented, but you can build them up, which is great. I like to have options. I prefer an eyeshadow that is lightly pigmented. That way I can have more wiggle room to build to my personal preference. Okay, next we're gonna go into that deep shade right here. This is like a smoky deep purple, and I'm torn. I think what I'm gonna use is the 210 because see, I have these 2 brushes left. I have the 209 and the 210, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with the smaller one here, this tiny little dome looking one, and I'm gonna start off with this to see, because I just kind of want to get the outer portion of my eye. So let's see how this performs. You get a little bit of kick up in the pan, but not too much. I just want to create a little bit of depth out here in the corner. Not too much. By the way, I forgot to set my makeup. I'm just looking, like I'm looking down and I'm looking at the setting powder I have here. We'll do that in a minute. I'm just concentrating it kind of like on the outer corner of the lash line. I'm blending it out, and I want to see how pigmented this is. Okay, I like that. Just that a little bit on the outer corner there. Let's do the other eye. By the way, these BK Beauty brushes are so soft and effective. I like that. That is very pretty. Okay. All right, let's set this makeup. I'm gonna be using my Glossier setting powder. If you use me for color reference, I am G8 through G10. That's literally what's on the bottom here. And then I'm gonna use my Glossier little powder brush to just put some of this all over my face. For those of you who don't know, this powder has like a mesh. And then you lightly tap your brush in there. Don't be deceived. The mesh, you get a lot of powder. You get a lot of powder. So I just tap my brush in there very lightly, and then I just powder my face. Although, you know, I feel like I really didn't need it today. I feel like it's not very hot or humid. I could have totally gotten away with not setting it, but here we are. Here we are. I think it's like a step that I do so often that it's almost like muscle memory. I don't even stop anymore to consider if I need it. Okay, and then with whatever's left over on that dome, I'm just gonna run a little bit on the outer portion of the bottom lash line, just because, you know, I want something a little exciting. Now, Jane Iredale has bigger eyeshadow palettes. Like, I think she has 6 pans, in case you guys were wondering. And Ulta does carry most of those. I'm gonna go back in with the first brush the first brush I used, the 212, and I've wiped this off on the microfiber towel I have here. I can't speak today. And I'm just gonna run that on the outer corner because I want to soften up the edges of this eyeshadow look. I was gonna do a very easy daytime look, and somehow this turned into a simple smoky Valentine's Day situation, you know? Sometimes that happens. You know, it's good to sometimes get out of the routine. Merit brow gel in light brown. Let's put some of this on my brows. And then I'm gonna apply some of the Merit mascara to my lashes. And then I will do some swatches. We'll get in front of a window so you guys can see this look a little better, and I can give you guys my overall thoughts. If you guys have used this brand for quite some time and I'm very late to the game, please leave me a comment down below. I want to know your feedback. What are things you recommend? We have a community here that would love your feedback on maybe your favorite products, so that's good too. My holy grail mascara, my Merit mascara. if there's one product I'm never without, is this mascara. And if you're asking if I prefer it over the Westman Atelier mascara, I do, yes. I wish though that they had a brown color, because right now they only have black. And so when I purchase my Westman Atelier mascaras, I buy the brown, because I do like to wear brown mascaras when I want a more casual look. I find that brown mascaras, since they look less dramatic on my eye than, for example, a black, I tend to reach for it when I want, you know, very laid back look for the day. And so I like to have that option. So I'm hoping that Merit is in the works creating brown mascara for us. I'm sure they are. If you go into their comments, that's like, I think one of the top things that people ask for is brown mascara from them. Can we talk about though the beautiful compacts they just launched? I'm still waiting for mine in the mail, which is why I haven't shown you guys, because you know I'm going to do a shorts with them immediately as soon as it comes in. I mean, I love the Merit mascara. Next, I am gonna go in with the Merit lipstick in the color Baby. This is like a pinky mauve kind of shade. It's like, has a little bit of a purpley undertone. It's my favorite color. This is my favorite shade from Merit. And I'm really hoping that part of this year's project is maybe they give us a matte version of this, because Mason is way too deep. I want like a, I love their matte lipsticks, and I want a matte version of this. Obviously, as you can see, it's my favorite shade. Look at this. I need to repurchase. Oh, actually no, I actually have a backup of this, so there's that. Okay, let's do some swatches. Let me get in front of a mirror, let me get in front of a window so you guys can see this look. Okay, I'm in front of a window with direct sunlight, and I'm gonna come in a little closer. This is the final look. It's a little, you know, like if you want something subtle but a little dramatic, you know, for Valentine's Day, I think this is nice. I actually like it. I was concerned about the crease shade because of that shift it has. So what I think I may do like another little shorts look with it, because I want to try that crease shade just all over the lid, because I think that middle shade serves as, you know, multi-purpose, kind of like maybe a topper shade, maybe a one and done situation. So I'll keep you guys posted, but here is the final look. And how beautiful is that highlight? You see how it just very subtle, gives you a very subtle shift to the cheeks. The blush is beautiful. That Nude Sticks blush, Moody Blue, has a cult following actually. As I've done a little bit more research, I get it, but it looks really scary in the bullet because, you know, it's very deep, but it actually blends out really, really nicely. So let me know what you guys think. Let's get into those swatches. As somebody who already made a shorts with this palette before I even sat down to film this video with you guys, the middle shade, because it has that like shift, I notice gets hard pan when I go in with my finger. So, and I will say the shades actually apply better with a brush than they do with a finger. So again, this is exactly why I never trust swatches, because some palettes cannot perform well with swatches but work perfectly and blend perfectly on the lid with a brush. Here are the finger swatches for those of you who prefer to see this before seeing it swatched on the skin. But this middle shade right here, as you can see, has kind of like a little shift. And let's just swatch this here in the back of my hand. So these shadows have a soft focus effect to them. It's actually very interesting. And so here we have the swatches. You see how this one even has kind of like a silver kind of shift to it as well from the swatches. And I'll show you guys in direct sunlight. Let me go out there, I just want you to see. Notice how these two shades got some hard pan from me going in with my finger. So for those of you who don't know, if you want to get rid of hard pan, if you get a little piece of tape and you press it onto the powder, peel it off, it takes off the hard pan and you can just continue to use it. Just a quick little tip and trick for you guys. That completes this little makeup look and video. Honestly, I'm actually very pleased with this little trio. Because although I did get hard pan putting my finger in it, I would never like use these, like I would never use I would never use these with my fingers. I'm a brush girl, so I'm gonna be using brushes to apply these anyway. So I love how compact this is and how travel friendly, how nice and simple it kind of makes my whole routine. I think that this is for those of you who want the lilac trend, you just want something a little bit more cool toned, a little less, you know, pastel-y like, you know. I know that there's a lot of people that have certain skin undertones that do not prefer pastel colors. They actually shy away from anything that is pastel, Easter egg basket themed, you know. I get that. So I think this is perfect for, you know, those of you who maybe, you know, want to engage in that lilac trend but want it to be much more muted, a little bit more serious, that you can actually use it for a lot of more seasons, not just spring. Jane Iredale. I'm very impressed, by the way. So I've only have 2 products from her. I have this trio, eyeshadow trio, and I have the lip brush. And so far I have liked both products. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna keep playing around with this and keep you guys posted. But for reference, this is the palm of my hand and it's smaller than the palm of my hand, just so you know. As far as the IT brushes, these performed honestly the same as all of my other IT brushes, but I'll keep you posted on these as I wash them and use them. I have so many of these IT brushes that this is not something, these 2 brushes are not unfamiliar to me, and so I knew I was gonna buy them the moment they came out. As far as the BK Beauty brushes, I mean, again, not new to me. I love their brushes. I have already washed like an entire set of them. They wash really well, they dry really well, they perform well, they're very durable. I do like them. If you're looking for shorter handles, they do have like a travel version of their brushes. I'm hoping they expand on that because not all of their brushes are currently travel size. So I know some of you prefer shorter handles versus long handles because their regular ferrules are fairly long, as you can see. Look at that, they're long. I prefer a longer ferrule because I think it looks very luxurious. It feels nicer on the hand too, but I like that there's like a little bit for everybody. All right, you guys, if you have any questions, leave them down below. I will do my best to answer all the questions that you have. I'm sorry that I have been stumbling over my words during this video. We have been 2 days, 2? Yes, or 3? Yeah, 3 days, actually, with lack of sleep because my daughter has a terrible cold. And of course, you know, the symptoms become exacerbated at night. And so my husband and I kind of take turns in helping care for her, and lack of sleep will do lots of negative things to your brain. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram, and don't forget to subscribe if you liked this video. Thank you so much for your time, and see you next time. Bye.